I will open the Centerville Town Council meeting for November the 14th, 2023, and it is 7 p.m. Will you call the roll, please?
David Kate,
Here.
Josh Tudor, Jack Boddicker,
Here.
Gary Holbert,
Here.
Dan Wandersea.
Here. Has everyone gone over the minutes? Do we have those?
I don't think you put them in there.
Nope, we'll defer that. If you'll put that for the next meeting, we'll take care of those. But has everyone gone over the claims? Are there any questions, additions, corrections? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve the claims.
Motion so made.
Got a motion by Jack, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Have a second by David. Will you call the roll, please?
David Kate,
Aye.
Jack Boddicker,
Aye.
Gary Holbert,
Aye.
Dan Wandersea.
Aye. Motion carried. Billing adjustment of $45.77. I would entertain a motion to approve the billing adjustment.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Gary. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second by David. Will you call the roll, please?
David Kate,
Aye.
Jack Boddicker,
Aye.
Gary Holbert,
Aye.
Dan Wandersea.
Aye. Motion carried. Approval of the allowance report. I would entertain a motion on approving the allowance report.
Motion so made.
Got a motion by Jack. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Gary. Will you call the roll, please?
David Kate,
Aye.
Jack Boddicker,
Aye.
Gary Holbert,
Aye.
Dan Wandersea.
Aye. Motion carried. Main Street? Railroad? No? We will move the ordinance, amending ordinance code 98-11, the rank weed, to the work session. Next thing we have is ordinance 2023-07, amending chapter 32 of the code of ordinance establishing changes for the fire department. I would entertain a motion to, this is first reading by title only.
Motion so made.
I have a motion by Jack. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second by David. Will you call the roll, please?
David Kate,
Aye.
Jack Boddicker,
Aye.
Gary Holbert,
Aye.
Dan Wandersea.
Aye. Will you read by title only, please?
Ordinance number 2023-07, an ordinance of the Town Council of the Town of Centerville, Wayne County, Indiana, amending Chapter 32 of the Code of Ordinances establishing charges for certain costs resulting from hazardous material or fuel spill or chemical or hazardous material related fire.
Okay, and if you will move that to second reading. Next item that we have, which is the real estate property agreement. We were sent asking for some changes. We have gone over and amended our agreement. And so I would entertain a motion to send the amended agreement.
I'd make that motion.
I got a motion by Gary. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
I have a second by David. Will you call the roll, please?
David Kate,
Aye.
Jack Boddicker,
Aye.
Gary Holbert,
Aye.
Dan Wandersea.
Aye. Motion carried. So Ed, you'd make those changes? Police Department?
Everybody received my report, hopefully. Just a couple of things, just wanted to remind everybody this Saturday at 1 PM is the Turkey Chase 7K. So beware, we'll have runners on the streets. They'll be going from the back access drive to school, south on Centerville Road to Ruby Road, and then across to Matty Harris, back up Matty Harris to school, and back up to the school, basically from there. Usually have quite a turnout for that, so hopefully it turns out good for them. And then we'll be doing our food deliveries for Thanksgiving this year, this Sunday at 1 o'clock. Us and the fire department will be getting together. If any of you would like to help out, we can use all the help we can get, because we have 100 to deliver,
Wow.
so. And then just let you know, probably Daniel and Mason will be graduating the academy on December 15th, so looking forward to getting them back soon. Anything for me?
Town manager?
Due to the number of leaves that are still out, the original ending date was the 16th for pickup. We're gonna extend make the final day for leaf pickup the 28th of November. After that, we'll have to have them removed. Basically all I got in my schedule with that tonight.
Building commissioner?
We had a total of 14 permits issued in the month for a total of $501. We had 18 ordinance violation cases, which 16 of them were cleared without an enforcement. One is still open and one is unfounded. Also, the property at 309 North 4th Street that the town acquired and we had ordered removed has been cleaned up. Utilities have been sealed. It's been seeded and strawed. And then the other house that we had on 210 East Walnut had been ordered removed. It's also been seeded and strawed. So, moving along with those.
Okay, thank you. I will introduce tonight ordinance 2023-10, the ordinance for setting compensation for the council, clerk, treasurer, marshal, and other town officials and employees. And if you will move that to the next meeting for first reading. Street department?
We're good.
Good?
Excuse me, Mr. President.
Yes.
Will you give a report on the auction that we had?
You said you was through a town tournament.
Well, I just happened to run through my mind.
You was thinking of pens.
I was.
Well, we actually had a good inventory reduction auction. I think we ended up netting a little over 38,000 from everything that was sold. Don't get any ideas, I've already got it spent.
Well, not all that yours, is it?
Well, I got the fire department.
What about the poor old police department?
They didn't sell anything.
sold a car.
See?
You'd give that card code.
Not that one.
You donated a car.
And everything's cleaned up out there and we're ready to start another line.
Okay.
Well, you might as well just stay right there.
Stay right here.
Yeah, water and fire.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, with the money we were receiving for our next water project, part of that project was tower repair. And we were able to slip in a tower inspection. So on the 30th of this month, the company will be in to inspect the towers, and we'll move through on with finishing up the project with any deficiencies they find. We'll add that into our water project. I know we're 2 years early on our inspection, but while the opportunity was here, we're gonna go ahead and do it. And that way we can tie that in with our project funds and have it out of the way.
Does that reset then?
Yeah, that'll reset. Once it is sent to IDEM, the dates will all reset. Now, as you all know, we have no way of isolating our plant from our system. And we need to do a meter calibration down there. So I'm asking that you approve $20,350 to install 2 valves down at the water treatment plant so we can isolate the plant and proceed with the maintenance.
What was that cost again?
$20,350.
And have they got the valves, or what's the lead time on?
Once we approve it, the valves will be ordered. I do know the one valve they do have on hand, the other valve they said would be a short-term turnaround. Because I'm feeling part of the so-called leak we have is,
And the valve under?
is a meter being out of calibration. For 100,000 a day, there should have been a suck hole open up by now. And we have no way of testing that meter or calibrating it when we can't isolate it.
Is there regulated times to calibrate something like that?
Actually, they are supposed to be calibrated annually.
And how long's it been?
As long as the plant been there.
I don't remember it ever being done.
I don't, a while.
Okay.
Okay, I would entertain a motion on Kevin's request.
I'll make that motion.
Got a motion by Dave. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Jack. Will you call the roll, please?
David King,
Aye.
Jack Bodeker,
Aye.
Gary Holbert,
Aye.
Dan Wondersen.
Aye. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Never want your auction money.
Oh, no.
Oh,
No. We gotta keep IDEM happy. That's all I got underwater, unless you have anything for me. I'll be glad to spend more money, just mention
No,
it.
just sit down. Dennis?
I really don't have anything, like Eddie said, we're gonna be out doing the turkey thing and the turkey chase and the food delivery this weekend, so busy weekend.
What time is the delivery?
Delivery, we're gonna start at 1
At 1.
on Sunday. Be done about
anything else?
1 p.m.
How's your soup? How's your soup deal?
How'd your soup deal go?
It wasn't a hit like it has been, but we did make, or they did make a little bit off of it, so it was just, I think there's a lot going on that day, and from what I heard through the crowd, so, but yeah, they done all right. They made money, that's a plus. So.
Good thing. Wastewater, stormwater?
The McMinn Road sewer line's been repaired, it's back up and working better than ever right now. With the upcoming holiday for Thanksgiving, trash pickup on the 23rd will be moved to Monday, the 27th. And Friday, the 24th will be moved to Tuesday, the 28th. Just so everybody knows what our schedule is.
And that's been posted both online and on paper in the office and delivered in mail and.
In the office, it was mailed to everyone the first of the year. Is it online?
I can put it online.
Okay.
Yep,
It'll be online.
yep.
And I think that's all I got underwater wastewater, unless you have anything for me.
No, you might as well hang in there.
I have a curious question.
I'll try to answer.
How many grease collectors do we have tied on right now? Do you know?
School's the only one I know.
Casey's has one. Ambassador has one. I think we got about 3 right now.
And Stuckey's? And does Web Mall have one?
No, I don't believe Webb's has one.
Reason I'm asking is how often do they check them?
When the
never
sewer
mind.
starts backing up, we get a call and we tell them we gotta clean it right.
Yeah, there's your answer.
There's not a whole lot of fall in that line.
No. Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Electric.
Okay, you should all have a copy of the IMPA quarterly report. We sat through that last Thursday.
Yeah, pick
I see
mine
it.
up.
I got it. What was the outage for the last time when Richmond and I think Fountain City and
Everything south of Muncie.
We'll hang it from his
There-
rear on a hot day.
don't tell me a squirrel.
The report was that Duke's 769 line had ruptured.
Well,
And it wasn't a squirrel, it was Sasquatch.
well. Poor fella.
Then I heard it was a rat.
Well, I
I've
don't
heard all
know
kinds of
that the
things.
official has been released and I'm not authorized to
Okay.
do
It's
any further
Sasquatch.
than that.
Sasquatch is a good story.
Let's put it this way, it took them in different areas. The map I seen was about 92% of Indiana at some point got,
Yes, that line is their main feed from the river, so it, actually, I believe 7 states ended up being
Really?
involved in that. outage.
Wow,
so,
made for a long day.
made for a long day, and I think it may have, kind of woke up a few people that, if we have with generation of electricity even,
Yes.
we have some rolling brownouts, blackouts coming if weather gets really bad.
And we were transferred to a different feed line, that is why we come back on when we did. Otherwise, we were looking at almost a 24-hour outage, so.
So that's why we gotta keep our system up and running.
And the Matty Harris project's moving right along. They are stringing new wire this week. There's a possibility of some short shutdowns to get the wires attached this week or next week, depending on how they get along and start to transfer wires. So everybody can be prepared for that. They'll be very short and intermittent, but something we gotta deal with. And I think that's about all I got under electric, unless you have anything for me. Charging stations holding pretty steady in usage, so. Oh, there is one more thing I'd like to bring up under electric. I would like your permission to sign an agreement with Bose, McKinney, and Evans to do some legal work for us on pole attachments.
And we've got to shore that up so that as people come in here and want to attach to our poles, that we have everybody on the same footing. Because if we overload our poles, then we're gonna have outages, broken poles, and so forth, so. I would entertain a motion on that request.
So moved.
I got a motion by Gary. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Have a second by Jack. Will you call the roll, please?
David Kate,
Aye.
Jack Bodeker,
Aye.
Gary Holbert,
Aye.
Dan Wondersen.
Aye. Motion carried.
Mr. President?
Yes.
Town manager. What happened with the light, was it a light pole up here on Main?
Actually, 2 poles were taken out in the accident.
So what do we, I mean, are we out light, are we out?
On the street light, it's probably gonna be the first of the year before we can get that replaced, because we got everybody down on the Matty Harris trying to get that completed before the weather turns cold.
Okay.
So, it's gonna be a little dark in that section, but we're gonna have to live with it for the time being, given the project we've got going on.
Okay.
And I am researching companies to come in and do a full audit on our electrical system. That way, we will have poles, everyone attached to the poles. And a couple of the companies I'm talking to will be able to give us calculations on what our pole attachment agreement should be if any more come up. And given the federal money released for the high-speed internet and everything, there's gonna be
Several.
several wanting
Will-
to attach.
Will IMPA be part of this, or?
Actually, in our contract with IMPA, it's not part of their agreement in the contract to do it. This will be a separate operation.
And do we have other service providers that have poles in this area?
Duke is one.
Yes.
Comcast is on some of our poles.
We still got some GTEs.
Frontier and all that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's quite a few, and there, like you said, more that this money's rolling out for high-speed internet, the more you're gonna see coming and attaching.
Yeah, we're gonna
And
need to know when we're
our
out
now
already.
present current lieutenant governor and candidate for governor next year has pushed that from day one.
We're just trying to make the process a little easier for everyone to work through when the requests come in. And
You're gonna get in trouble there.
so once I find a company that has everything I feel we need, I'll bring you back a quote on that and we can move forward. Because the last one I got stated back in 1993. And we can't.
That's not good.
Well, now I think I'll leave you alone unless you have anything else for me.
Clerk?
We have already discussed, how the marshal has received double longevity in 2022. And with doing our audit, we had noticed that it was actually all of law enforcement. So, it was miscalculated. And so we have been asked to verify that it is retroactively approved. The longevity was double paid, covering 22 to 23.
It's the same thing we just went through with, but we gotta do this for
A little more
all of them
clarification.
in order to clear, State Board of Accounts. So I would entertain a motion on, approving the double longevity pay, retroactively.
Okay, clean her up.
I got a motion by Gary. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Have a second by David. Will you call the roll, please?
David Kate,
Aye.
Jack Bodeker,
Aye.
Gary Holbert,
Aye.
Dan Wondersen.
Aye. Motion carried. let me give you these announcements. The town building will be closed on Thursday, November 24th and the 25th for Thanksgiving holiday. Also, a council meeting work session will be on November the 28th at 7 PM here in the council room. Don't forget Christmas in Centerville, which will be December the 2nd. And that starts at 4 PM and will go till 9 PM. And I think you will really enjoy it. And then Christmas in Centerville on Saturday.
I think that's a
I
misprint.
think it's, yeah.
Okay.
That second one's a
I was
misprint.
gonna say, I didn't know we were doing
And
Saturday.
I think the lighted parade is at 7.
That will be at 7 o'clock? 7 o'clock. The parade will be at 7 o'clock. For that, so. Is there anything else? If not, I would entertain a motion to close the Centerville Town Council meeting for November the 14th, 2023.
So moved.
I have a motion by Dave,
Second.
second by Gary. Will you call the roll, please?
David Tate,
Aye.
Jack Botter,
Aye.
Gary Holbert,
Aye.
Dan Wondersen.
Aye. Motion carried, and it's 7:26.